Peace. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator, who's one, the Supreme, the Authority, the Author, the Thinker, the Mind that creates all things, the Omnipotent Presence, the Here, the There, the Everywhere, what you can see, what you can't see, the Omnipotent, the Existing, the Perpetual, the Always, the One without beginning, without end. All praise be to Him and His great glory alone. I got a great lesson. It might be common to my regulars, but I'm going to go through it again anyways. Today we're going to talk about Revelation 22:13, which says, 22:13, which says, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. So 22:13 of Revelations is I am the Alpha, which oddly enough, the Alpha here equals Aleph, which is the first letter of the the Hebrew alphabet. Okay, I am the Alpha, the Hebrew first letter Alpha, the Omega. This here is the Greek, which is odd, right? The last letter of the Greek alphabet. Okay, so what does this mean between these two? It means that they have intertwined the language. Okay, language is one of the marks of the beast, because the Supreme Spirit is the mind. Okay, the mark of the beast is the flesh. I am the Alpha, the Omega. We're going to see how many parables that this can touch. Okay, precept upon precept, line upon line. If you're studying the Bible, the best way to study the Bible is you find a keyword and you read all of the parables, as many as you can. You try to find them in both texts, the Old Testament and the New Testament. Okay, those parables that align with one another between the Old Testament and the New Testament, those are the parables naturally that you pay attention to. But when a parable doesn't align and it says something differently, or Jesus is saying that I'm the way, the truth, and the light, you can't get to God but through Him, then you have to question what God it is we're talking about. So we're going precept upon precept today about what's being said in this very parable. I am the Alpha, the Omega. So now we know that it's the Hebrew and the Greek alphabet which have been intertwined, and that the language is the mark of the beast, and the mark of the beast is flesh. He's the first. Jesus says, I am the first. What is this? This is first Colossians 1:15. This is the firstborn. And this is what it means when it says that He is the first. I'm the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. What's the last? The last is the Last Supper. And Jesus is the firstborn and He was the Last Supper. And Jesus here is also the beginning. What is this? Anytime we're equating the beginning, what do we got to go to? We got to think of parables that have the beginning in it, right? So what's the beginning? The beginning is Genesis 1:1. Okay? Which says, in the beginning. Jesus is the beginning. In the beginning, God created the heaven and earth. Okay? Remember, this is precept upon precept. You're going to see how I'm going to run all this in. Okay? Precept upon precept. We're going to be going with parables that are in the beginning. So in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The heavens are space. The earth is matter. Okay? And the beginning is time. Okay? And time is made up of 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 24 hours. Okay? 2 plus 4 equals 6. And then 724, 24 hours times 7 comes to 168. And 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 8 is 15, which equals 6. So time here, in the beginning, time is created. God created the heavens, which is space, and the earth, which is matter. Hey, beavers. And then we have John 1:1, which also says, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God. And the Word was God. Remember now, I'm the Alpha, the Omega. I'm telling you exactly what this parable is talking about. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Jesus is the first. He's the firstborn, Colossians 1:15, and the last is the last supper that he had when he broke bread. He's the beginning of time. Jesus is the beginning. It's telling you that Jesus is the beginning of time. 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 24 hours, 24 sevens, 168 hours. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 8 is 15, and 1 plus 5 is 6. And Jesus is in the beginning, the time, space, and earth. Jesus is the Word. Okay? When you add the sum of the Word, comes to 60. And the Word said 3 times, 6 plus 0 equals 6. And the Word said 3 times is 666. Okay? I am the last, the beginning, and the end. There it is. That parable has just been exploded all over you, what it's saying. Okay? If anybody else can break down a parable like that and see something different or acknowledges something different, please, with your wisdom and your knowledge, I'm asking you, put it in the comment section. If I'm wrong about something that you see that I'm teaching you, please share with me. Correct me. Correct my error if you see I'm right. If you see that this parable, the way it's laid out before you, and it all makes sense to you now, then put a comment and say, thank you for your work, bro. Thank you for the instructions. Thank you for helping us to see the truth. That's all I'm here to do. I'm here to help Remove the scales from your eyes the same way that they're removed from my eyes. You got to understand, I took a download. Some kind of download. All of a sudden, I had all kinds of information that was coming down on me, coming from above. All right? So here you have Jesus is the beginning. This is so big for you to understand because the beginning is the beginning of time. Okay? So we're going to go into some more information about Jesus because we need to make a connection here also in Revelation 13, 18. Here's a call for wisdom. Okay? Let the one with insight calculate the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay? Well, I'm showing you 666 is time. Right? In the beginning, Jesus is the one in the beginning. He's the beginning and the end. Okay? Well, what's the end? Revelations. What? That's what the end is. Jesus is the beginning. This is what? Genesis. Genesis is the beginning. Revelations is the end. No one can deny how perfectly broken down this one parable is. Now you can say to people, you know exactly what the parable means, because how many Christians can read and read and read the parables to you, but they don't tell you what the parable means? Come on. I've put all of this together for you. There's no denying it, okay? So this all has to deal, the beginning and end has to deal with Genesis and Revelations, because these books, these two books are grafted into each other. This is what you got to understand, okay? Good and evil are intertwined with one another, okay? You take either one out of the equation, then you can't have a plane of existence where you're being taught, where your soul is being taught. That's what you got to understand, is you are given a flesh suit, but your soul inside of a flesh suit, and it's your soul that's being taught on this plane of existence. How does the Creator going to correct you? He's got to create evil. You got to experience the evil. You got to see the evil. You got to walk through the evil to realize, like I did, where it finally hits you in the face to say, wow, something ain't right on this plane of existence. And what's not right on this plane of existence is this man here that's created in an image of God. Okay? And an image of God means to shade. A phantom. An illusion, or representative figure. Especially an idol. So the number here of this man, okay, is 666, and it is the image of the man that's created here in Genesis 1:26, 27, 25. I've done this before. 25 are the beast. Okay? Here's the beast right here. That's where we're trying to get to. Trying to precept upon precept, line upon line. This is how you have to roll with the parables. So in Genesis 1:25, it's the beasts that are created. Who is this? This is the United Nations. Okay, this is why I've been doing this for a lot of years, and you still only see me at 250 subscribers. Because if this kind of content went out to the masses, if this hit like 30 or 40 million people and they saw this, you'd probably see an entire change in conscience, because people would start recognizing that you are the beasts. It's us. We are the seed of Satan. It's that simple. So to shade, this man is the one that is shaded. Okay? To shade is in skin. Okay? He shaded us in skin. Our souls became trapped, encapsulated, captured in a flesh suit. That's what's happened. Our soul is the light. The light is the sperm cell. The sperm cell is the soul. The sperm cell is what identifies whether the woman is going to have a male or a female. This is why a man's chromosomes are XY and a woman's are XX, because the man is the one that potentially plants the seed of the child that will be either the sex of a male or a female. A woman can't decide that. So it's the sperm cell itself, which is the soul. The sperm cell itself, once it makes contact with that egg, under magnification in science, you can see that light comes from the egg. Light, as the sperm cell is trying to get inside of the egg itself, a light emanates from the egg within itself. That is called the spark of life. That is the beginning. Okay? And through this inception, through this incarnation, you are molding the world around you. It's not your mother molding you in the womb. It's you molding yourself, growing into this reality construct and molding the world around you yourself. It's not until later when you're cast into this world and everybody around you, your parents treat you like shit, your friends treat you like shit, nobody ever supports you, you're always fucking condemned, people throw rocks and shit at you at school. That's the way it is in this plane of existence. Those that are treated badly like that are probably because they have the spirit on them, a little bit of spirit on them, and for some reason evil can see that and they just hate people that do good. So to shade in skin, a phantom is, oh shit, you gotta be kidding me. I don't even think I use this thing. That sucks. Here, I think I got one more blue pen, but not the one that a phantom is a ghost. The noun and definition for a phantom is a ghost. So our ghosts, our souls, have been captured in a skin suit. And the skin suit and the ghost is an illusion. And this equals the false impression on reality. Okay? The representative figure is the host. Okay? Especially, and this is key, an idol. So this man here in Genesis 1:1 or Genesis 1:20, 27, 26 and 27, you got to understand that this is the serpent that's being created in Genesis 1:25, 26 and 27. Okay? When you add these three parables, they come to 78. 7 plus 8 equals 15, and 1 plus 5 equals 6. I'm going to make a lot of connections today, man, about the number 666 and how much it connects to Jesus. I mean, this should be like set you people on fire, man. I mean, this is so in your face right here, man, about 666. Jesus is the word, man. What's the word? The word is an epithet to Jesus. So there's no way around it. In the beginning was the word Jesus. Jesus is an epithet to the word, and the word comes to 60, and the word said 3 times is 666. Okay? So this man that's created on the 6th day of creation, this serpent, is the one that is a ghost. This serpent is the one that's a ghost that's created in an image, because the word image is in the word mage is in the word image. And if you look at the context of this word, it tells you plainly, I'm a mage. I'm a mage, which is a phantom. It's a ghost. This man created on the 6th day of creation is an illusion. It's not real. This plane of existence that we are living in is not real. It feels real, but you're a spirit. This is why the Spirit requires us to worship the truth in the Spirit, to walk in the truth. If you're not walking in the truth, then you're walking in the lie. And if you're walking in the lie, you don't get downloads to understand the Bible like this. The Spirit will put it on you, but you're the one that has to fucking call. You're the one. You have to call on the Spirit. This one here is an idol. Okay? And what does God say about idols? You're not to worship any graven images. Images are idols. Okay? So you saw a big connection there on Revelations 22:13. If anybody has a better theology about the parable, please go ahead. Like I said, share it with me. Now, Jesus disappeared at 12. He was gone. He came back on scene at the age of 30. Between here, 12 and 30 is 18 years. Okay? When you break 3 down to a single digit, it comes to, or 12 to a single digit, it comes to 3. 3 divided into 18 equals 666. Jesus, 12, he disappeared. When you break down 12 to a single digit, it comes to a 3. 3 divided into the number of years that he disappeared, 666. Also, 3 here equals Abaddon, which is angel from the abyss. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I wanted to mute my phone. It was distracting me. Angel from the abyss is its usage. Abaddon, angel from the abyss, which is the destroying angel. Okay? Now, when you take this number here that it's broken down to, 3 plus 3, here, this breaks down to a 3 equals 3. And 3 plus 3 equals 6. Jesus is the word 60 is 6. Okay? Jesus was crucified at the age of 33. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Okay? And this is what's key to 2. What do we got? What do we have? Precept upon precept, line upon line. Jesus crucified at 33, and what rests on Jesus Christ's shoulders, which are the governments. 9:6. Unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the governments upon his shoulders, Jesus' shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. Now, why is this important? Why am I bringing this up? Because we're identifying every number in account with Jesus that would front him off as the man of perdition. Okay? At the United Nations, okay, they have okay. What do you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, where am I getting at? Why this map here? Because this is the map. If you go pictures of the United Nations flag, this is what's going to pop up. You're going to have all your land masses and stuff right here, because this is basically what it is you have Asia, you have the sun and the moon inside of the firmament, all right? You have all the land masses. You have Australia or Africa out here and Australia out here. Well, what's all this? This is a flat earth map, okay? We don't live on a spherical globe flying through space at 2,843,666 miles per hour, okay? We live on a flat earth, and this is why if you go to the United Nations and you pop up the United Nations assembly and stuff, you're going to see a big assembly room, and right on the back of the assembly room wall is one of these big ass fucking things. It's huge, all right? Right in front of the public's faces. Well, what does this have to do with anything? Because I'm showing you everything that exists is tied in with Jesus Christ's number, that's 666. Remember, the parable calls for wisdom and it calls for insight. Without the wisdom and without the insight, you don't have knowledge. You're not in the know. When you're in the know, it keeps you off the ledge. That's the difference between knowledge. I'm not on the ledge anymore. I'm in the know. People that aren't in the know, they're on the ledge. That's what it means to have knowledge, man. You're either with or you're without. In the know, you're not on that ledge anymore. It's that simple. So what do we have here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 sectors. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sectors. Okay? 8 sectors, 4 sectors. 8 times 4 is 32, plus the very centerpiece here is 33. Remember now, this is the government's 33. 3 plus 3 equals 6. And the governments all rest on Jesus Christ's shoulders. Okay, follow me on this stuff, guys. This goes deep. This goes really deep. Okay? So, now with knowing that the governments are on Jesus Christ's shoulders and that they are tied into a 666 system, it allows us to identify who the government is. And the governments will be upon the child who's born. Understand, excuse me. The child who's born is Yeshua. The son that is given is the star god. Okay? The star god. Jesus is of Yeshua is Acts 2:22. Hear, O children of Israel, Jesus, Yeshua of Nazareth. Jesus of Nazareth was a man. Unto us a son is given, is Jesus Christ Superstar. Everybody wants to be a star on the plane of this existence. Okay? So those are pretty much everything that ties Jesus into this system. What does it say? That whatever it was that fell from heaven, what was 1/3, right? 1/3 is 33.3. 3 plus, if you invert this number here and you go 3.36, then you have 6. That would represent 666. So 666 is what's fallen from above. Okay? And where did it land? Where did it land? The evil landed on this plane of existence right here. This is evil's plane of existence. You remember the movie Full Metal Jacket? Piles in the bathroom. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but there's a character. He's a bald-headed character. He's getting worked in his Marine Corps buddies are all giving him a beating with soap and stuff because he drops a rifle and he just keeps screwing up and everything. So he's in the bathroom and I don't know the guy's name, but I think in the movie they called him 8 Ball inside of the movie. And he was like, sir, it's my, I have to inform my company director that Sergeant or Private Pyle has a Full Metal Jacket. He's just loaded it up. And then the sergeant looks at him and he says, Jesus Christ, Pyle, what the fuck is your problem? Didn't your motherfucking feed you enough carrots and peas? And then he goes, blows the sergeant away, blows him up right there in front of him, and then points the gun at 8 Ball, and 8 Ball's like, whoa, buddy, take it easy, take it easy. And then Pyle sits down on a toilet, and he sticks the gun to his mouth, and before he pulls the trigger, what does he say? I am in a world of shit. You understand? We are living in a world of shit. If you're connected to this world, you love this world, everything this world just provides for you, you just find so fun. You love the computers. You love being trapped inside of this phone, because when you're doing this all day long, that's what you've done. You've created a warped bubble between you and the reality of this world, what's going on. You're detached. You become detached. Technology's gotten better, but the people have gotten more stupid. Why? Because of all the sex. Everybody can't walk around and do anything but think about sex. They're shoving it down our throats. They're shoving down the LGBTQ and A down our throats and everything. They tell you, people from the LGBTQ and A would tell you that Jesus would forgive them. Jesus would be okay with what they do. Jesus wouldn't have any problems with it. Well, The Bible clearly says that there is a problem with it. So if the LBGTQ&A are telling you that Jesus Christ would be okay with them, then what God do you think that they're worshiping? The God who worships 666, the God that is a man that was created on the sixth day of creation. That's the way it is. This whole lesson was to connect Jesus to 666. Okay? The governments, here's something to think about as well. Jesus is going to be called the Prince of Peace. I can't think of what chapter, parable, or anything that it comes from, but there's a parable that says, now the prince of this world will be cast down. Well, Jesus is the prince of this world. So who could be cast down? Huh? When Jesus told that man on the cross that you will surely be with me this day in paradise, how could that man be with Jesus in paradise that day if Jesus went to hell with the sins of the world and fucking was there for 3 days? How could he escape death when Jesus holds the keys to death and Hades? He doesn't hold the keys to life, folks. This is duality. That man that's created in an image of God on the sixth day of creation has created him. Okay? Male and female. Okay? When you add the sum of the word female, it comes to 42. 4 plus 2 is 6. This man created himself. Why doesn't it say, and in the image of God, he created him and her? Huh? Why doesn't it say that it created him and her, male and female? Because this God here that was created self. This God was permitted and given power and energy force was permitted to create syntropy, the electrification of materialized world, to create flesh suits and trap our souls inside of flesh. The whole deal that you come into this plane of existence with, you're born with your soul. And that's what's under attack. If you're walking aligned with God, you're not with your head between your legs. You're not like thinking all the time, why does this keep happening to me? Things keep happening to you because you're walking contrary to God. The Spirit says not to fornicate. Okay, so if you're out there in the fields and you're out there in your car and you're out at the motel room and you're picking up hookers and you're at the bar and you're picking up a bunch of women at the bar and you're fornicating with multiple partners through the course of a year, and God's saying not to do that, not to serve your flesh, that behavior to serve your flesh, that is the lowest part of you. It's the weakest part of you, the most susceptible part of you to fall into is your sexual wants and desires. You have to gird that up, go right, repent to God, ask for the Spirit of truth. The only way that you can find the truth is by the scales coming off your eyes. The scales will never come off your eyes as long as you're placing Jesus Christ beside the Creator. What's another one? In Greek, Jesus is Numbers 24:24. And this is of Hebrewism. Okay? And two other Israelites. Who are these? This would equal Enoch and Elijah. Okay? Also, in Greek, Jesus' name equals Iesos. Isus. Zeus. Jesus. Isus. Zeus. Zeus. Jesus is Zeus. Jesus. Zeus. Jesus is a Zeus, and Zeus is a deity god. Zeus. 24:24. equals 66. 24 equals 66. Jesus is in the beginning of time. 666. Also, in Christianity, Jesus' number is 888. 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals 24. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Okay? Jesus, it said, is his eternal number is 8. 1 plus 2 plus 3 in line all the way to 8 equals 36, which could be 3 6s. And then if you go 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way to 36, that comes to 666. All numbers lead to Jesus Christ as the man of perdition. This can't all be coincidence. The code has been broken. The download has been given. The answer is right here. Jesus is the man of perdition. If you hear this message and you scoff at it, you turn from it, you are forged from the fire. You're a jinn. What is a jinn? A jinn equals, a Gentile equals a Gentile in flesh. Okay? These are forged from the fire. Okay? In the Quran, the story is that Iblis, which would be a high jinn, kept coming to Adam, the second man, Adam, and trying to get him to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This is a Gentile, the strongest jinn of all. Satan is a jinn. He's a devil. He's a energy force. You got to understand that the supreme creator here created these beings, Elohim, and they are both good and evil. Okay? And then you have us down here, the masses, the fractured pieces, us, because when we fell from grace, the Creator did a memory wipe, and we became individuals, self, created himself, individuals. Self's definition is incomplete individuality. God created himself, male and female, individuality. What do you got in the word individuality? Individuality. You have duality. Male and female, he created himself. Himself. Would the supreme spirit that's supposed to be right, that's writing in the Bible that a man with a man, woman with a woman, man or woman with the beast is an abomination to him, would he create something that's an abomination to him? No. He created something that was given power, and what was given power is what created himself, a male and female. This is confirmed in Revelation 13:15. For the second beast, Genesis 1:26 and 22, was permitted to breathe into the image of the first beast, which is that one that's created in Genesis 1:25. It's the very first time that beast is used in the Bible. Come on, put the puzzle pieces together, folks. The serpent was more crafty than any other beast of the field that the Lord God had made. God created the beast of the field, each according to their kind. That's the United Nations. This is why they're spread out all over the world. They're in every crack. They're in every noogie. This is why they put the alcohol on the streets. This is why they put the drugs on the streets. They create all the shit that causes dysfunction, destroys the body, kills our fucking soul, and then they profit and make money and they capitalize off of you. And you, the American people, are just rah capitalism. It's the greatest fucking thing in the world. No, capitalism is the worst fucking thing in the world, because you get what? You got greedy fucking bastards with all their money and their power that run the world, and they continue to tromp on you and take from you and steal from you. And I'm fed up with it. I'm done. When I stand for judgment, if God saves my ass, I'm coming back. I'm asking to come back for everything that's evil and wipe a shitload of it off the face of the earth. Wipe you bastards off the face of the earth, because you can't hear simple messages like this. This is a perfect message that exposes who the system is. It exposes 666. You can't walk away from what it is that you've just heard, what you've just been taught here. If you do, you're a complete fool. Okay? There's a supreme creator, and he gave something power that was evil, and what was evil is what created a host system in itself. This evil that was created himself and given power to materialize himself is a ghost, literally. There is something that is capable of materializing. It's capable of not materializing. It's capable of doing anything. It was given such great power. But what you got to understand now is, remember, it's an illusion. Okay, go to Bible Hub. Put in Genesis 1:27 and put your cursor on the word image. Okay, it's an illusion. We are living in an illusion. And that is the truth. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope it reached somebody. I hope it touches somebody's heart. I hope you understand this plane of existence is it's a shot out place. Okay, we live in a shit. We are in a world of shit, and people are just bouncing around, and they're just so happy, and they're just on TikToks pushing their breasts out, shaking their tits, and bouncing their asses and dancing for you, and anything to get their viral moment. And you got millions of them out there doing it. Millions of you girls out there doing it. Be different from them. Don't be one of those women. Don't be promiscuous. Don't be a hoe. Don't be the Babylon hoe. Don't be the destruction of America. You understand? Get away from your slave masters. And if you've been fucking tortured, raped, or beaten, turn your life back over to God. Tell those people that raped and beat you and put you on the streets to go fuck themselves. This is White Raptor News Ministries.